Welcome to this Saturday Travel and History Tip, and it sort of is because we're posting this on Saturday, but in reality it is recap number 5. I'm going through all the Saturday Travel and History Tips. I've done almost 90 of them, and I wanted you to know what they were all about. There's lots of great information and fun facts. This one, Recap 5, is about famous people. I want to draw your attention to our visit to Montgomery, Alabama, where we learned more about Rosa Parks and stood on the actual corner where she caught the bus. This town is heavily steeped in the civil rights movement, and one of the major things there is the church, Dexter Baptist Church, where Martin Luther King was the pastor. I really want to encourage people to go to Montgomery because it is so rich in history. For example, Jefferson Davis was sworn into office as the President of the Confederacy on the state capitol steps. While in Montgomery, we went to a couple famous people's graves. Governor George Wallace and his wife, Lorene Wallace, who served as governor while George Wallace was running for president. We also went to the grave of Hank Williams. Hank Williams is one of Montgomery, Alabama's favorite sons. And speaking of guitars, I did a whole Saturday Travel and History Tip on famous guitarists. And there was Les Paul, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Gentleman Jim Reeves, and Freddie Fender. You won't want to miss that Saturday Travel and History Tip on these famous guitarists and their tragic lives for the most part. The second Saturday History and Travel Tip that I did was to Fort Sill, where we went to the grave of Geronimo. I had waited so long to see Geronimo's grave, and I was finally able to get on base to see this famous man's grave. We also went to Sitting Bull's grave, and this is a part of our U.S. Highway 83 tour, and it happens to be Part 9, where we talk about Sitting Bull, and he's got 2 grave sites. I did a Saturday Travel and History Tip on famous people and their birthplaces, where you'll just have to watch to learn about the automaker, the aviator, the outlaw, the famous baby, presidents, and a movie star. I did 3 travel and history tips on presidential libraries. These are fabulous places to go. No matter the president, I recommend that you go, whether you liked him or not. These have such valuable historical information about our nation. We have been to the following presidents' libraries: President Reagan, President Nixon, President Bush, President Truman, President Carter, President Hoover, President Lincoln, President Kennedy, and President Eisenhower. If you haven't been to any of these, you'll certainly want to watch those 3 Saturday Travel and History Tips. One of the most exciting places we've ever been in New Jersey was Thomas Edison's factory. I was excited to walk up and down the steps that Thomas Edison had walked up and down himself as he perused his factory. A famous fictional character is Dorothy, and we went to Dorothy's house in Liberal, Kansas, and again, this is part of U.S. Highway 83, Part 2. If you haven't watched the series on U.S. Highway 83, I want to encourage you to do that. It is just loaded with all kinds of awesome information on this not-so-well-known highway, like information on Buffalo Bill Cody. Why was he called Buffalo Bill Cody, and why did he kill those buffaloes anyway? Was it for a good reason or a bad reason? That is U.S. Highway 83, Part 4. Frank Lloyd Wright is widely considered to be the greatest American architect of the 20th century, and there is a specific travel tip on his beautiful homes and other structures designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, America's architect. Then there are the Madonnas of the trail. Find out how many Madonnas there are, which way they face, why it's important which way they face, and what towns they are in. Learn who paid for them, whose idea it was. It's all a great fun part of American history. Speaking of famous women, we went to Seneca Falls, New York, which was established in 1829. It is the birthplace of women's rights. We visited the Women's Rights National Historical Park, and we walked up and down the street on that very rainy day to experience all kinds of sights. And then we also did the driving tour to go to some of the famous women's homes who were part of the Women's Rights Convention. You'll have to watch that tip to learn more. And then I actually have done 2 Mother's Day specials. They are focused around Anna Jarvis. She is the one who started Mother's Day. If you enjoyed these, I know that you'll love my Unclassic Road Trip books, Eastern Edition, Central Edition, and Western Edition. Buy all 3 and I'll give you free shipping. Our number is 603-616-8907. That's the quickest and best way to get them. And again, you can see these and our other nuggets on our YouTube channel, Steve Groman. Hit the notification bell to be alerted when we post new nuggets and Saturday history and travel tips. And if you want to specifically find these Saturday travel and history tips that I'm talking about today, and in these recaps, go to our channel, go to the playlist, and go to the travel playlist to view the full playlist. And there you can find the desired video to enjoy. Please share with your friends and family. Recap 1 was the unclassic road trips, actual highway trips. Recap 2 was about food, adventure, and animals. Recap 3 was geographic and geologic gems and ghost towns. And Recap 4 was trains, patriotism, engineering feats, and museums. Hope you enjoy American history. Learn it, love it, appreciate it. Don't let them steal our history. Treasure our American history. And besides watching the Saturday travel and history tips, I want to encourage you to go watch our nuggets. They are 5 to 10 minute nuggets, and they're filled with great information about creation, faith, and current events. Thank you.